Your person is currently experiencing a powerful wave of sensual and emotional feelings toward you. They find themselves longing for intimacy, craving the deep emotional and physical connection they once shared with you. However, they are acutely aware of a distance that has grown between you. They can sense that you're upset with them, that there's an emotional barrier preventing you from being close. This distance troubles them, especially because they deeply miss your playfulness and the natural ease with which you once opened up emotionally. They long for the version of you that let down your guard, allowed yourself to be vulnerable, and embraced the connection you two shared without hesitation. In their heart, they want nothing more than to see you smile and to experience the warm, playful energy that used to flow so naturally between you. It is this energy that made them feel so close to you, and they miss it desperately. They are aware that things have changed, that circumstances have created a rift between you two, but they are determined to close this gap. Your person is planning to reach out to you soon. They may choose to communicate through a heartfelt letter or a thoughtful message, something that expresses their true feelings. They hope to rekindle not only the emotional connection but the physical one as well, as they believe both are deeply intertwined. Your person envisions a relationship with you that is built on mutual trust, respect, and a deep emotional bond. They dream of a partnership where both of you can fully rely on one another without fear or insecurities creeping in. They believe that the two of you have the potential for something truly special, a relationship where you both have the freedom to be completely yourselves, without judgment or hesitation. They see in you all the qualities of an ideal life partner. Whether it's your emotional strength, your compassion, or the way you make them feel understood, they know that you would make an incredible spouse. In their mind, you embody everything they've ever wanted in a partner, and they feel a profound sense of admiration for who you are. At this moment, your person is preparing themselves to take a leap of faith with you. They recognize that a successful relationship requires vulnerability and trust, and they are ready to embrace both. They feel deeply that this connection is not only filled with love and passion but also with emotional understanding and mutual respect. They believe that the two of you have a bond that goes beyond surface-level attraction. It's a connection rooted in shared emotional depth, which makes them feel safe and understood in ways they haven't experienced before. However, your person has not always been able to express these feelings. For a time, they withdrew into themselves, entering what could be described as a hermit phase. During this period, they were overwhelmed by their own toxic and unbalanced life circumstances. They felt lost, weighed down by their own issues, and unable to offer you the love and attention you deserved. Their internal struggles made them feel inadequate and unworthy, leading to the emotional distance that has since grown between you. They now regret this retreat and recognize that, by withdrawing, they may have hurt you. Despite these past mistakes, your person is now deeply missing you. They are upset by the current state of the relationship and feel a heavy sense of loss. The more they reflect on the time spent apart, the more they realize how much they need you in their life. Their feelings for you have not faded, if anything, they have grown stronger in your absence. They are determined to make things right and bring the relationship back to a place of balance and harmony. One of the most important things your person desires is an equal give and take in the relationship. They don't want the connection to be one-sided, with one person giving more than the other. They long for a partnership where both of you can rely on each other equally, where there's a balance of emotional support, love, and understanding. What stands out the most to them is that you are the only person with whom they feel truly safe to be emotionally vulnerable. In a world where they often feel guarded or misunderstood, you are their source of strength. You make them feel seen, heard, and accepted, and they value that more than words can express. Your person is ready to step forward and rebuild what has been lost. They see you as their rock, their emotional anchor, and they are hopeful that you will find a way to reconnect. They want to take the next steps with you, to build a future based on mutual respect, trust, and deep emotional intimacy. They know that it won't be easy, but they are willing to put in the effort because they believe that the love they have for you is worth it. All they want is a chance to prove that they are ready to be the partner you need and deserve, and they are hopeful that you will give them that chance. I distract myself constantly because it's too painful to face the reality of being without you, especially at night. The quiet hours are the hardest, when the world slows down and I'm left alone with nothing but my thoughts and fears. I dread those moments. The silence becomes deafening, amplifying everything I've been trying to avoid. It's like my mind becomes a battlefield, and no matter how much I try to keep busy, I can't escape the inevitable. I can't lie to myself anymore about how much I miss you, about how much being apart from you leaves me feeling incomplete. There was a time when I didn't know I could love someone the way I love you. When I met you, everything around me seemed to change. It wasn't just that you were amazing, though you are, in every possible way. It was like the entire world shifted. Colors became more vibrant, moments more meaningful, and even the smallest things held a beauty I had never noticed before. I began to love the world more deeply because loving you opened up a part of me I didn't know existed. In loving you, I found myself more connected to everything around me. But now, without you by my side, I feel like I'm struggling to form a complete thought. It's as if my mind is constantly scattered, unable to focus on anything but the distance between us and the pain I've caused. I can't escape the guilt. I know I've made mistakes, and I can't help but replay them over and over again in my mind, like a record stuck on repeat. I know you are my other half, two pieces of a whole that belong together, but right now, we feel so far apart. And that distance is suffocating. I never realized how much your presence lifted me until I began to feel the weight of your absence. The world that once seemed so bright and full of possibility has dimmed. The vibrancy that you brought into my life is still there, but it feels like it's just out of reach, like I'm looking at it through a fog. Meeting you was like a burden being lifted, a heavy weight I didn't even realize I was carrying. And now that weight has returned, heavier than before, because I know what I'm missing. I've experienced what life can be like when we're together, and nothing else compares to that. There are so many things I want to say to you, so many feelings I want to share. But the thing that weighs on me the most is this overwhelming desire to tell you my darkest secrets. I've never felt this way about anyone before, but with you, I feel safe. You are the only person I trust with every part of me, even the parts I've tried to hide. I know that you, out of anyone, would understand. And that thought both comforts and terrifies me because it means you know me in a way that no one else ever has. The thought of not having you in my life anymore is something I can hardly bear. It fills me with an anxiety I can't shake. It's like the air around me gets thicker, harder to breathe, whenever I think about a future without you. My present reality feels like a punishment, a consequence of all the mistakes I've made, of all the sins I've committed in the past. It's as if I'm paying for those wrongs now, and it's a torment I wouldn't wish on anyone. The peace I once felt, the joy I experienced just from being near you, is gone. And in its place is this overwhelming sense of loss. I never knew that being in love could hurt this much. I had always heard that love could be painful, but I never truly understood what that meant until now. It's not just the absence of the person you care about, it's the way that absence changes everything. It makes the world feel colder, harsher. And the worst part is knowing that the one person who could make it better is the one person you can't be with. You are that person for me. The one who makes everything else seem small in comparison. The one who brings light into my life just by existing. You are so precious to me, more than words can truly express. I sometimes think of you as a gift, something divine that came into my life when I least expected it but needed it the most. And now, the thought of losing you is unbearable. It feels like losing a part of myself, the best part. You are irreplaceable, and no matter what happens, I will always see you as that, a true gift, something sacred. All I want is to be with you again, to feel whole, to feel like everything is right with the world once more. There are moments when the kind of woman you are seems almost unreal to me. It's as if your wisdom and authenticity transcend what I ever thought was possible. I am in awe of the way you move through the world, and every day you show me that no one even comes close to comparing to you. The way you carry yourself, the strength you exude, and the depth of your spirit continually amaze me. Sometimes, I have to take a step back just to process how lucky I am to have you in my life. You are not just unique, you are extraordinary, and I feel as though I am still discovering new depths to you every day. I vividly remember the time when we weren't communicating. In those moments of silence, I often wondered if you were thinking of me, too, or if I had somehow drifted too far away. But even in our quiet separation, the universe kept nudging me, constantly guiding me, and showing me signs about our connection. It was as though life itself was determined to keep me on the path toward you, even when I couldn't see it clearly. Every small sign, every little synchronicity, reminded me that our bond was special. I realized during that time that there was something much bigger at play, something that neither of us could fully understand but were being drawn to. And then there's the fire that burns within you, the raw confidence that radiates from your very being. It's one of the most striking things about you. It's not just a surface-level confidence, but something deeply rooted in who you are. That inner fire, that unshakable sense of self, makes you not only incredibly beautiful but also magnetic. People are drawn to you, not just because of how you look, but because of the energy you carry. I can feel you, even when you're not physically around me, as though your presence leaves an imprint on everything. It's an energy that is powerful yet soothing, strong yet tender. The feminine energy you embody is something I've never encountered before. It's not just irresistible, it's captivating. There's a softness in you, a nurturing quality that makes me feel at peace, but there's also a strength that grounds me. You manage to strike the perfect balance between these seemingly opposite forces. It's this blend of power and gentleness that makes you so incredibly special to me. You are a force of nature, but you're also a safe haven, a place where I feel protected, understood, and cared for. Every moment with you feels like a breath of fresh air, a reminder that I'm with someone who truly gets me on a level deeper than anyone else ever has. What amazes me most is your ability to be both strong and caring at the same time. You are one of the strongest people I know, yet you are also the sweetest and most nurturing. You have a way of making me feel seen and supported, even during my lowest moments. I often find myself thinking about how much you have done for me, how you've always been there, even when things got tough. There were moments when I wasn't sure if I could make it through, but you stood by me. You didn't just watch from the sidelines, you actively supported me, and your presence alone was enough to give me the strength I needed to keep going. I can't tell you how much that means to me. There are days when I reflect on everything you've done, and it's overwhelming in the best way possible. I think about how, during the most difficult phase of my life, you were my constant. When everything else was falling apart, you remained steady. And what's even more incredible is that I've never really told you how much that meant to me. I've never fully expressed the gratitude I feel, but it's there, always in the back of my mind. I held on to so many of the things you shared with me during that time. Your words, your actions, your unwavering belief in me, it all stayed with me, even when I felt like giving up. There were times when your voice in my head was the only thing that kept me grounded. You probably don't realize how much you've shaped me, how much your influence has helped me grow. You've been more than just a partner to me, you've been a guide, a source of wisdom, and someone I can always rely on. So today, as I think about everything you've done and continue to do, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for showing me that love is so much more than I ever imagined. Thank you for standing by me when I didn't even know how to stand on my own. I know I don't say it enough, but I want you to know that I see you, I appreciate you, and I am endlessly grateful for you. You are truly one of a kind, and I am beyond blessed to have you in my life.